I'm Michael here, January 24 update. Welcome back to the channel. We're Tuesday, 3:15 p.m., which means Europe markets are open. US will still need to wait a little over an hour and 15 minutes to be precise. And it's interesting because yesterday we've sold Synopsis SNPS with a profit, albeit a small profit, but it also means we want to reinvest today. Which means also I've only got a little over an hour to decide where to reinvest in, if at all, today. This morning, the markets in Europe opened green, but around lunch everything turned to red, which is a bit strange because if we look at the optimism in the market, it's definitely still there. The growth in the Eurozone is at the same level as we were in the beginning of the year, and you remember that we started this year very, very bullish. So people are using this as an explanation for the fact that the risk of recession keeps on decreasing and that Europe may avoid a recession altogether. Um, we never know. In the end, it all depends on when the inflation ghost will be back. But then again, yesterday also the oil became cheaper, so that would argue against an increase in inflation. But anyway, that is all beyond our control. Um, and what is not beyond our control are, of course, the decisions that we take. Here's the execution of the order. Actually, when I woke up this morning, I was a bit by surprise because it's a stock, as I will show you, that I bought early December 2022, and I've put in a sell order at that moment, 5% about the price that I've bought it for at that time. So it means that gross, I've made about 5% here. And yesterday, while I was asleep, apparently that limit was reached. So the order was executed, 48 pieces for the price that's mentioned here. After deduction of the transaction costs, both for buying and selling, leaves us with a net profit of 205 euros and 70 euro cents, which is not huge, but then again, I've made this money while I was sleeping and said it's a 5% profit, but if you compound it over a year, it's still 13.74%, because if you make 205 euros every how many days? 49 days, with the initial investment of about 11,000 euros, you'll end up with a very nice percentage over a year. The fact that we see the markets here all in the red has had its impact also on the sweet spot. If we look at the amount of stocks in the sweet spot, it's falling back to 2 at this moment, which also makes it difficult for me to try and decide where I will reinvest today, if at all. I'll definitely need to make a very good look at that. But we can clearly see that the positivism around investors and economists at this moment today does not translate into attractive stock exchanges. So, which are those two stocks in the sweet spot? Two of them, Ecopetrol. We've talked about that one yesterday with this incredible and almost ridiculous spread of 46%, and then at the lower end, just above 10%, Netflix with 10.93%. Now this looks very attractive, but I'm sure that over the next couple of days, when the algorithms have done their work, we'll see a first resistance coming down sharply and probably getting much closer to the 12.055 price that we have at this moment. So Netflix would look more realistic, but I don't feel there's enough meat to the bone, although the green here does suggest that there's a strong positive potential ahead for each of these four, and actually for all of them that have this green tag attached to them. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna make today's video a bit shorter so that I have got some time before US opens to make up my mind and hopefully put in a sell order. And then tomorrow we'll see if that has been executed or not. But in either case, today was not a bad day. Yeah? We made money, albeit not a lot. I'm sure that if I would have kept SNPS, I would have started losing on it because the reason actually why this was sold now is that it was getting near a peak. So it's always then the gamble whether we break that resistance or whether we fall back. And as I don't know what I'm doing, so I can only look at it in hindsight and then see what's happening without even offering an explanation. In either case, I do thank you very much for joining the channel again today. And as usual, we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with again good news. Thank you for watching.